Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the plane table surveying, right? So in our syllabus we have only the topic that is introduction to plane table surveying, but the syllabus is limited to that much. But actually in our surveying fieldwork lab you are going to do the experiments on this plane table surveying, okay? So that's why I am going to give somewhat elaborate on this topic, right? So meanwhile you can learn in the lab, right? So that's what we have to do. So then coming to the plane table surveying, so it is a type of survey. Till now we saw the chain or tape surveying, then we saw the compass surveying. These two are we discussed till now, right? One is chain or tape, where we are going to measure the horizontal distances with help of chain or tape, so that from the distances, that is from L, we are going to know the area and as well as volume. Then coming to the compass, we were never the chain tape is limited to some area. If you want to do surveying for very wide area, right? It's very large area. If you want to do the surveying, those cases, this chain tape is cannot give correct measurements, right? So for that reason, we are going to take angles with respect to a north direction, right? That is called bearings, right? So with the help of compass, we are going to measure the angles, okay? By measuring this angle as well as the length, we can conduct the survey very accurately, right? So then coming to the third type of plane surveying is called plane table surveying. Here what you have to do now? So this plane table survey is usually limited to very small area only. But the only one advantage from the plane table survey, right? So you can normally in case of chain tape or compass surveying, you have to take the readings in the field. See, right? You have to take the readings in the field. You have to note down in the field book, right? You have to note down all the things in the field book. Then this field book will be taken to the office, right? There we are going to develop a map or plan. So we are going to develop on the drawing paper, right? Now in case of plane surveying or plane table surveying, what you have to do now? While taking the readings in the field, right? Directly you are going to note down, you are going to draw the whatever map, whatever the plan it is there, you can draw on a drawing sheet. Okay? So this drawing sheet is placed over a table, right? That is like our drawing table, no? So this is a table. Over this we are going to place this paper, right? Drawing paper, where after taking the reading in the field, then accordingly scale, we are going to draw the plan. Okay? So this is the best advantage we have from the plane table surveying, right? So in this unit, what is meant by plane table surveying, right? So what are the advantages? Then what are the different type of accessories and equipment used for the plane table surveying, right? What are the different methods and what are the different errors we are going to see, right? So in this we are going to study, the first thing is plane table surveying. What are the different accessories and equipment for this plane table surveying? Then methods of plane table surveying, right? By reading plane table, what are the different methods? So based on this, we have experiments in the surveying fieldwork 1 laboratory. Then we have errors. Okay, what are the different type of errors we are going to see in the case of plane table surveying? This is the content for this plane table surveying. Actually, in the syllabus, he told that it is just introduction to the plane table surveying, right? So even though we are going to discuss very elaborately on this topic, right? Now we'll see plan table surveying. Okay, so already I told that plotting the plan. Okay, this type of survey where we are going to plotting the plan and field observations can be done simultaneously. Okay, first you can see the field observation. Okay, from this point to you are keeping your plan table here. You are have a point A and another point B. If you are measuring the distance from here to here, so by citing these 2 points, all right, here we are going to draw the line with help of a scale. Scale nothing but actually it will be here 10 meters. On the field we have a distance of 10 meters. This length is drawn on the drawing sheet, like I am going to take a 10 centimeters length. Okay, so that is the scale, that type of scale, not physical, right? So this is the type of scale. Then we are going to take another A, B, C, D. Here also you are going to take the readings, and directly you can use this plan for our any purposes, right? So now next what is going to tell, geometrical conditions of site are manuscript in the map sheet using the plane table and allied. After that, topographic details are arranged on the maps. Okay, so with help of here we are going to see the geometrical conditions. Geometrical conditions means there will be a hill, right? There will be a valley, there will be a river, there will be some stream, right? So whatever may be the geometrical conditions which is locating there, you are going to site, we are going to see that, and we are going to draw on the map sheet, right, by using plane table. Okay, so allied, it is an instrument to cite the any given point. Okay, so that we will discuss in the next topic. Okay, so that things are going to draw on the map. Okay, so it is best fitted for small scale surveying. I already told that this plane table surveying is limited for the small area only, right? Next, surveying industrial areas where compass survey fails to perform. So in case of compass survey, we know that because of the metals, right? Because of metals, because of the magnetic field, right? Because of the iron ore conditions, because of the electrical lines, it is going to give some error in what is called values, right? So with help of compass may deflect very slightly if there is any magnetic attraction is there, right? So that if we are taking any industry, so we may feel such kind of conditions, right? Okay? In that time, in that particular place, this compass survey won't give accurate results, right? In that type of cases, okay, wherever compass is not working, we can use the plane table surveying, right? It is used to fill details between stations fixed by the triangulation method or theodolite traversing. Okay, so this normally it is going to we are going to take down the all details of the points. Okay, by using triangulation, right? We have a triangulation formula, right? So where if you are having right A, B points, okay, so if you want to know another C point or you want to calculate area, so we'll do that, right? Next we have another type of survey, that is theodolite. So that is the next unit we are going to see. Okay. Next, equipments and accessories used for plane table. Okay, so here we are going to see now equipments, plane table, tripod and allied. Okay, so we will see one by one. These are the things we are going to see. Okay, next we have accessories. Okay, rough compass, spirit level, U4, waterproof cover, drawing paper, pins and drawing accessories. Okay, like our thing. Okay, the first equipment we are going to see now. The first equipment is plane table, right? This is most important one. Without this, we can't able to do any plane table survey. Okay, so it is similar like a drawing board. It is a drawing board for plane tabling. Is made from well seasoned wood, right? Is made from well seasoned wood with its upper surface is exactly plane. Upper surface is exactly plane. Okay, you can see here this is the plane table, right? This is the plane table. It is made with wood, right? You can see the surface is somewhat, not somewhat, it should be a complete plane one, right? So now next, it is normally rectangular in shape with 75 centimeters by 60 centimeters. Okay, 75 by 60 width and length. Then it is mounted on a tripod and the clamps are provided to fix in it any direction. The table can revolve about its vertical axis and can be clamped in any position whenever necessary. Right? So this table is going to put over a tripod, right? We have a tripod like this. The plane table is going to place over this, and at bottom we are going to have the clamp. Okay, with the help of that clamp, we are going to place the table over the tripod, and we are going to fix it. If you want to turn the table, you can loose the clamp, and you can turn it, and again we are going to fix it. Okay, now we will see how it is look like. Okay, so this is the top side of plane table. You can see bottom side of this, right? So this is the clamp, right? This is going to place over the tripod. At tripod we have a clamp. With the help of that we are going to fix in a particular direction. If you want to turn the plane table, you can release the clamp and you can turn it again. You have to fix it. So then our thing, what is called survey is move on, right? Next thing, tripod. First one is plane table and second one is the tripod. You can see here tripod. This is made with wood. Okay, 3 legs are there. That's why it is tripod. Then here you can see the top surface is going to place right below of the plane table. Plane table is going to place over this. Here we have a clamp inside. That clamp is going to tighten whenever you are going to take the readings. So whenever you want to turn the table, you are going to lose the clamp. So whenever you want to take the readings, you have to fix the clamp so that the plane table should be in a level one. Okay, we need to maintain the level surface here, otherwise you will get error values. Right? So now we will see. The plane table is mounted on a tripod. We know that, right? The plane table is going to place over the tripod. Next, the tripod is generally open frame. Okay, you can see this is the open frame time. Combined rigidity with the lightness. Lightness means it is not going to too much weight, right? So it will be very lightweight. Then the tripod may be made to fold for convenience of transportation. So you can fold it like all together. 3 legs will be bringing together, and here we have a what is called packer. You can pack it. We have a rope here with the help of that belt. Okay, so with the help of that we are going to pack it. Okay, next, tripod is provided with 3-foot screws at its top for leveling up the plane table. Here we have a screw so that we are going to fix the plane table. Next, alidade. Okay, this is very important instrument, right? This alidade is useful for establishing a line of sight. Line of sight means from our eye, if you want to sight, if you want to see a particular object, right? That thing can be done. In case of, you know that in case of compass, we have a eye vane and objective vane. Eye vane and the objective vane. Here we have a slit, and here we have a small hair, right? Small thread-like thing is there, no? So from here through this, we are going to see a object. Okay. So here we have that. Instead of this, in the plane table, we are having the alidade. That means we have a eye vane. Okay, it is like a scale. It is like a scale where one side we are having a eye vane, on one side we are having a objective vane, right? So that is the thing. These are the two types. The first one is simple alidade, and the second one is the telescopic alidade. Simple alidade means this. Only eye vane and objective vane is there. Simply we are going to sight the object, and then we have a telescopic alidade. So whenever you want to sight a very long objects, so with our naked eye you can't able to see. So by using telescope, we are going to correctly focus the very long distances objectives, right? Objects, right? Next, You can see here, this is the simple holiday, where you can see this is the okay. So this is the simple holiday, right? So where we have the one side I vein, another side is the objective vein, and to this one side we are going to have the scale. Okay, so it is marked in the centimeters and the millimeters. Okay, here you can see edge. One edge is that is called fusile edge, right? So now we will see the simple holiday, right? Now we will see the first one, simple holiday, right? Simple holiday, it is used for ordinary work. For normal work, we are going to use this. It is generally consists of a metal or wooden rule. Metal or wooden rule. So you can see here, this is made up of metal and this is made up of wood. So by seeing this, we are going to judge that this is a wood and this is a metal. Okay, normally it is going to made with a metal. Then the eye vein is provided with a narrow slit, while the objective vein is open and it carries a horse air. In case of compass, also we say that eye vein. Okay, eye vein. The eye vein means the vein which is near to our eye is called eye vein. Thus, eye vein is having only slit. If you are taking a this thing, no, only some opening is there. Okay, this is called slit. And coming to the objective vein, right? It is going to carry a thread like this. Okay, from eye we are going to look this thread, and this thread is going to coincide with our object, right? So that's what he is going to say here. Both the slits thus provide a definite line of sight which can be made to pass through the object to be sighted. So whenever you want to sight a object, by using these two, we are going to see the particular object. Okay. Next, telescopic collider. The telescopic collider is used to when it is required to take inclined sights, inclined very long sights. If you okay, so here we have a angle measurement. That is, this can revolve, right? So if you take now, if we want to take this low angles and higher angles, right? So you can move the telescope whenever your point is there. It is not in a straight line, right? It is in a up and down motion, right? It is going to revolve. It is essentially consists of a tall, small telescope. This is the small telescope with a level tube. Here we are having a level tube. Level tube is a like a what is called spirit level, right? So where you have a bubble. So whenever level surface is there, bubble will come to exact to the center, Okay, with help of that we are going to take the reading. Okay, small telescope with a level tube and graduated arc mounted on the horizontal axis. This is the graduated arc, right? Graduated arc where we have the all angles are measured on the horizontal axis. It gives higher accuracy and more range of sights. So with help of these three advantages, one is it is going to take the inclined sights, and second one is it is going to take very long objects, right? With the help of telescope we can see the object. Then and also it is going to give higher accuracy values. Then next one is other accessories, right? The main things here only plane table, tripod and holiday. Okay, so this is required at least to start the what is called plane table surveying. But if you want to get exact values and for your convenience, we have other type of accessories here. The first and foremost is a rough compass, right? So we know compass is used to locate the north direction on any point on the earth, right? If you are taking any point on the earth, you can able to what is called mark the north direction, right? So which direction it is there, right? So here also in the plane table surveying, right? So the every map, we know that every map, if you are taking a map on the right side top, right, we are going to mark the north direction. Okay, so north direction is locating which direction, that we have to mark, note down, right? So to do this, okay, so we need to have a compass in the plane table surveying. That compass is called trough compass. That compass is called trough compass. Trough compass is used to locate the north direction in the case of plane table surveying, right? The trough compass is required for drawing the line showing magnetic meridian on the paper. This magnetic meridian is nothing but this magnetic meridian is nothing but magnetic meridian, that is north direction. Okay, it is used to orient the table to the magnetic meridian. We can turn the table towards the north direction. When the freely suspended needle shows 0, 0 at each end, a line is drawn on the drawing paper which represents the magnetic north, right? So we have a compass like this. Here we have some small scale. Here also we have a small scale. To the center point, it is a needle is pivoted, right? A needle is pivoted like this, right? So whenever you are going to read the 0, 0 at 2 points, that is showing, we are going to draw a line parallel to this, that will shows the north direction, right? So to mark the north direction on the what is called drawing paper, we are going to place this and we are going to locate the exact magnetic meridian, that is north direction. Okay, so for this purpose we are going to put the thing. Okay, here you can see this is the scale on one side, this is pivot needle point, this is the pivot point, this is another side needle. Here we are having a scale. Whenever you are placing the showing the exact north direction, so here we have to see center point and it is showing the center point of 0. Here is center point of 0. Okay, so parallel to this we are going to draw the line that will show us the north direction. Okay, for locating this we have the trough compass. Next we will see the spirit level. Spirit level is nothing but it is having inside a liquid, okay, that is actually made up of spirit, right? So here we have a bubble. You can observe here we have a bubble, and that side, this side, both sides, either sides we have graduated readings, right? So whenever you place a plane, okay, whenever you place a plane in a exact level, right, without having any inclination, during that case this bubble will be located exactly at center, right? So whenever it is a level 1, the bubble comes to the center. If that side is having downward down, bubble will move opposite to that direction. If this side is lowered, bubble will move to the that side. Okay, so that will be happen based on your leveling. But spirit level is used to put the plane table in a leveled surface. Okay, it should be a perfectly leveled one without having any inclination of this towards or this side. Okay, so to do this we are going to use the spirit level, right? The spirit level is used to ascertaining the level table is properly level. We are going to check the paper of the plane table is a perfectly leveled one, right? The table is leveled by placing the level on the board in 2 positions, right, in the right angles to the each other, and getting the bubble center in both positions. Here, while doing this, okay, so if you are taking a plane table, we are going to keep first in this direction. The bubble is kept in this direction. We are going to bringing into the exactly center. Then we have what we have to do. Again, we have to place like this, right angle to this. Okay, right angle to this. We are going to bringing again into the center. The bubble is bringing into the center. That's why if this is leveled in this direction and this is also leveled in this direction. Only 2 directions we have. Finally, we got a very properly leveled, okay, plane table, right? 2 directions we have to check it. In the each one is at 90 degrees, right? Both should be at 90 degrees. In that position we are going to check. Next we have a U fork with a plumb bob, right? U fork with a plumb bob. Normally you can see like this. This is made with metal, right? One side we are having a right. So one side you are having a needle. Another side is fixed with a hook. Okay. With the help of this hook, we are going to suspend the plumb bob. Here, this U fork and plumb bob is used to transfer the point. Please remember, transfer the point from the table. Okay, on the table we have some point A. If you want to transfer that point from paper to the ground by using this U fork, this U fork will be placed over this thing is placed over on the exactly over the point. Okay, you can see this is U shape. In between we have a table, no? So here we have a table. So now the below the table, this is above the table. We will keep the pointed end, and below the automatically below the plane table, this hook will come. This hook we have a plumb bob. So that the point which is on the table is going to transfer to the ground. Same thing. Whenever point is there at the ground level or on the ground, if you want to transfer that from ground to the paper also, we are going to do with the help of the U fork. This is the main criteria, main usage of this U fork. One is to transfer the point from plane table to the ground, and also from ground to the plane table. U fork with the plumb bob is used for centering the table over the point. Exact. If you want to put the point, I already told that from table to the ground level or ground to the table. Okay, we can do that, but this is used to for making the centering. That means if you want to take the reading at a point A, we are going to place this plane table over the point A. Now we want to know whether the plane table is our point which is marked on the paper is exactly locating over the point A on the ground. Paper paina edaithe point manaku gurtinchamo aa paper paina unna point bhoomi paina kinda, right, manaki ekkadaithe survey chestunnamo correct ga aa point daggara unda leda ani check cheyadanne ala pettalandi ala place cheyadanne manam emantamante centering antaru, right? That is called centering. So this U fork and plumb bob is used for the centering, right? The table over the point or station occupied by the plane table when the plotted positions of the point is already on the sheet, right? So you can do that whenever some point is there on the sheet, that point is going to transfer to the point on the earth, or you can do the centering also, right? Now next, also in the beginning of the work, it is used to transferring the ground point on the sheet. From the ground point to the sheet or already marked position on the sheet to the ground. So both can be done with the help of this U fork and plumb bob. Next, waterproof cover and drawing paper, right? So normally drawing paper, we know whenever in the field, if you are going for what is called surveying, no? So there may be some snowfall, there may be some rainfall. Due to that, our paper is going to damage. Complete paper is going to damage. For that purpose, we have a waterproof cover. Waterproof cover means like umbrella, this kind of umbrella or some other means like a plastic sheet, right? So anything can be used, and we are going to use the drawing paper, right? An umbrella is used to protect the drawing paper and from the rain. Okay, so drawing paper is used for plotting the ground details, right? So to draw that we need the paper. Okay, so now these are the, till now we discussed about what is plane table surveying. Plane table surveying is nothing but while taking the readings in the field work, okay, that we can plot onto the drawing paper. That is the thing. Okay, so now this plane table is having plane table, right? This plane table is having the plane table, and second one is tripod and LED to cite the points, and plane table is to place the paper. Tripod is to hold the plane table, and to sight the objectives we have added, and we have a rough compass to sight exactly north direction, and we have a spirit level. Okay, spirit level is going to tell the a level surface. Then we have a U4 with the plumb bob. Okay, so then we saw about the drawing sheet as well as the cover against the cover the from the protect from the rain. So these are all the discussed till now, right? So next we are going to see the major advantages. So what is the different advantages by using the plane table? Okay, the only one advantage is it is there with terms of plane table surveying, that is while taking measurements in the field, the point can be directly plotted over the paper. There is no office work. Directly whatever the things we have done on the field, same thing will get the final result or report. Okay, the plane is the plan, right? The plan is drawn by the surveyor himself while the area to be surveyed is before his eyes, right? So he can believe that, he can believe the result, he can believe the measurement. Why? Because whatever readings, whatever measurements which are taken in the field directly is not what is called making the plan. With help of that reading in the field itself, with your own eyes, he is going to draw the plan. So because of that, he is having a much confident that what is the value there. Therefore, there is no possibility of omitting the necessary measurements. He can't. There is no possibility. He can't feel anything regarding this. Right. Next, the surveyor can compare the plotted work with the actual features on the area. So you can see whatever it is there on the field, actual features on the land. So he can compare with the plotted work. Okay. Next. It is simple and cheaper than the theodolite survey. It is very simple and cheaper than the theodolite survey. Next, it is most suitable for small scale maps. Okay, we already know that it is limited to the very small scale area. Then, no great skill is required to produce a satisfactory map. Okay, and work may be entrusted to a subordinate. Okay. So we can you can with help of subordinate we can get the work. So there is no great skill is not required. Okay, and it is useful in magnetic areas where compass may not be used. We know that the point. We have discussed this point. Next, the mistakes in writing field books are eliminated. Sometimes we may note down some mistake in the field book, and we can go to the office. We are going to get the wrong results or measurements. Again, we have to do the survey. But by using this plane table, we are going to omit all those things. Okay. Next, disadvantages. Okay. The disadvantage is it is not intended for very accurate work. It is not intended for very accurate work. Then it is not suitable in monsoon. Whenever rainy season is there, we can't be able to do the plane table surveying. Okay. Next, it is essentially a tropical instrument. It is essentially a tropical instrument. Then, due to heaviness, it is inconvenience to transport. You have to take the big plane table. Then tripod is very big, and you have to take every accessories to the field. So it is involving a very big work, right? It is inconvenient to the transport. It is not possible to carry every instrument to the field whenever it is necessary. Since there are so many accessories, there is likelihood of being lost. Okay, if some bubble is missing, we can't do the plane table. If U fork is missing, you can. If plumb bob is missing, we can't able to do the surveying. Right. So there is a chance. There are many instruments. We have to take all the instruments very carefully. If one is lost, that is going to stop the complete surveying. Right. Next. Principle of plane table surveying. The principle of plane table surveying is parallelism, right? Okay, that is parallelism. The principle is saying that all the rays drawn through the various details should pass through the survey station, right? So whenever you are right, whenever you have one point, you have so many points here, okay, all the rays which is going to pass through the survey line. Here having one point, we have A, B, C, A, B, C, D. These are the different points. From one point O, okay, we are going to have the different rays. Now we can see here from O point, okay. So this is called survey station. This is called survey station. Here it is telling all the rays drawn through various details should pass through the survey station. This is the survey station. From survey station, this is one ray, this is another ray, this is third ray, this is fourth ray. These various types of rays is going to pass through the survey station. Okay, this is the principle. Now, the position of principal parent table at each station must be indicated. Whenever you shift the point O to P, there also you are going to see the point A, B, C, D like this. Okay. Whenever you shift the from O to P, you have to locate the point over the plane table also. That is, at each survey station, the table must be oriented in the direction of magnetic north. So whenever you are taking the reading, you have to orient towards the north with the help of the what instrument you are going to use to locate this north direction. That is rough compass in the plane table. Right. Next, methods of setting up the plane table. Okay, so you have all the accessories and equipment. If you want to start your plane table surveying, right? So you are having some process. Okay, that process is involving already in case of compass surveying also we saw in the except the chain surveying and tape surveying, remaining all surveying will have this kind of initial settings, right? So here for the plane table you are having the leveling, centering, orientation. Leveling is nothing but we are going to make the plane table in a level surface with the help of the what instrument we are going to use here, the accessory, that is spirit level. Next, centering. To centering means we are going to place the plane table. There is some point A on the paper. Okay, so this point is going to transfer exactly to the point A on the ground. Okay, to do this, we know that we are going to use the U fork and plumb bob. What is the thing? U fork and plumb bob we are going to use. Then coming to the orientation. Orientation is nothing but we are going to protect the plane table towards the north direction. To do this, we have the rough compass. Okay, so this is the what is called methods for setting the plane table over the station. Okay, 3 processes are involved in setting up the plane table over the station. If you want to place this thing, so we have this thing. First one is leveling. Leveling is the plane table should be in a level position. Then centering. Centering is nothing but we are going to mark the station, put the plane table exactly over the point A on the ground. Then orientation is towards the north. We are going to keep.